All right, all right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope everyone's doing really well on this Saturday, January 27th, 2004. So it's another edition of on the cutting room floor, presented by Publicity Agents. I am your host, Tony Harvey, and we are telecasting from Black Magic Ink Studios, Green Haven Pocket area, Sacramento. So you know why I'm here. So this is how it went down with the Sacramento Kings tonight. They won 120-115 over the Dallas Mavericks in American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. And good win. Second road win on this 7-game trip. So there's 2-0 to start the journey. They beat the Golden State Warriors the other day, 134-133 in San Francisco, and they followed it up with a win tonight by beating Dallas and Luka Dončić. So that's 3 straight wins as they move forward into the second half of the season. So pretty impressive win. I would have to say, compared to some of the games they have played. They played to win. They played to win. And that was a good thing because what we had saw, was their last loss, Sacramento Kings. But I do want to say this. Okay. We all know that they were off for a few days before they played Golden State the other night. And it seemed like there was definitely a break that they needed, after coming off that 5-game road trip. And then they played, the last 2 here, which they were able to win both of those games at home. So it seemed like mentally they're getting together, now that they didn't calm their bodies down physically. So and it looked that way tonight too, because tonight they played to win. They didn't play to lose. And I would have to say that they're pretty happy with that. The next game will be in Memphis on Monday, January 29th at the FedEx Center there. But right now, don't want to get too high, don't want to get too low. They're feeling good about themselves. There's a little confidence going on. Harrison Barnes, he's in a groove right now. He's been playing really well the last 3 games. And hey, that's good. They haven't lost since the Indiana Pacers. I didn't say Indianapolis, the Indiana Pacers, which was not really a really bad loss. They just looked really sluggish in that game and a little out of sync. So I guess that was another wake-up call for them now. But they seem to be getting things, rolling a little bit. I mean, after enduring a 4-game losing streak. So now they're on a 3-game losing streak. So yeah, let's get right into it. Tonight, De'Aaron Fox, 34 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Okay, and just to emphasize what was happening in the game for the ones who didn't see it, and for the ones who did see it, was able to view it. Defense was a major part of what the Kings were doing tonight. And I'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later, but it's good to see when, De'Aaron, not only he gets 2 steals because he's one of the top leaders in train robberies, as I call them, in the league, and then he gets 2 blocks. The Kings had 10 blocks tonight. So he had 20% of those blocks. Okay? But he looked real good. He was 13 for 24 shooting from the field. 1 for 5, 3-point territory. And 7 for 8 at the free throw line at the charity stripe, which I really like too. Matter of fact, the team as a whole was 23 for 30 shooting from the free throw line tonight. Monk missed 2 at the end of the game. I'll get into that a little bit later too. But they seem to be a little bit more focused on these free throws, which they should, because at some point, you don't want them to come back and bite you in the butt when you miss a whole bunch of them. And De'Aaron did mention that the other night in San Francisco when the team was 16 for 19, from the charity stripe. Heard him missed missed 2 free throws towards the end of the game, but, he made up for it, with the double steal on Stephen Curry, he and Fox, to force him to turn the ball over. Fox got the steal and stuff like that. But they started off 12 for 12, the free throw line there. So it has hit home that, you must hit these free throws. And like I said, once again, De'Aaron, he hit 7 to 8 attempts. So that's really, really good. Harrison Barnes. Okay. It's the third straight game that he has been the man for the Sacramento Kings. As we know, he scored a career high, 39 points against the Golden State Warriors, who drafted him back in 2011, I want to say, 2012, 2011. He's been in the league for about 10, 11 years. But Harrison, hey, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Because he did hit 2 free throws at the end of the game to seal the victory. After Malik Monk had missed 2 earlier, but hey, they won the game. And I'm really, really digging what Harrison has been doing lately, especially these last 3 games. See, he had, what did he have in Atlanta? He had 32 points, I believe, against the Atlanta Hawks at Golden One Center. He followed that up with 39 points in San Francisco against the Golden State Warriors, which they won. And then tonight he has 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. He was 7 for 11 shooting from the floor. He made half of his 3-pointers. It was 4 for 8 in that territory. And he himself made 4 or 5 free throws. So he did all of this in 38 minutes. As I said, he did his part all through the game. He's looking really active out there. He's playing really aggressive, and he definitely is focused on what's happening out there. His teammates are looking for him more, to get those type of shots. It was a big thing about Sacramento Kings coach Mike Brown not calling any plays for him, at least on the offensive end. And I don't know, maybe, these things, I know if I was playing out there, and I know I can help out on the offensive end, I would be trying to get some shots up too. But then in the same regards, Harrison hadn't been playing entirely well on the defensive end too. I mean, there's sometimes when you didn't even get a rebound. There's sometimes we only got to win a rebound, okay? And I know, you've been in this league for a long time. We do know that players' skills do deteriorate, diminish a little bit, but that's not the case with Harrison. Okay, he's still a serviceable player, and the Kings need that right now. He's been a starter from day one. I think he's one of the top 3 players in the league right now who's on a streak of consecutive games. I think he didn't play like his 184th game tonight against Dallas. So he's been an Iron Man, okay? Not so much of a productive one, but I understand where, Mike Brown and his coaching staff, is going with this. I mean, there ain't too many options that you can look down on the bench and who could fill in for this guy, okay? Because he has to do a lot on the defensive end himself. But he's playing well. And he himself said after the Golden State Warriors game in San Francisco, that he wanted to be part of this to make sure that the Kings got off on the right foot, for this 7-game journey. And so far, so good. 2-0. You're playing well. Hopefully, you'll be doing the same way in Memphis. We're struggling a little bit, as we know they don't have Ja Morant. But, we are talking about the Kings. So, everybody's looking for an opportunity to play in Memphis. We haven't been playing, so those are the kind of games that kind of worry me when they play the Kings. But anyway, let me get back to the stat line here. Kevin Huerter still playing extremely well. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. 2 blocks. Okay? He was 7-11 shooting from the field. Excuse me. Harrison Barnes was 4 for 7 shooting in 3-point territory. I mixed that up. It was Kevin Huerter who made half his 3-pointers, 4 of 8. He didn't get to the free throw line, but hey, that's okay. He played some really good defense tonight. I mean, all of them. I mean, all the 5 starters, the reserves that came in, they played excellent defense tonight, individually and team-wise. Came together, did a great job. Domantas Sabonis, oh yeah. I think he just recorded his 27 double-double of the year. I think he's like 3rd, on a book of records, the Sacramento Kings book of records. I think he's right behind Oscar Robertson, who has 31 straight double-doubles. And then Oscar Robertson has it again for 2nd place. And right now, Domantas Sabonis has slotted himself in that 3rd position. Well, Domantas had 17 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists tonight in 36 minutes. He fouled out, towards the end of the game, but I think it was pretty much already decided by the time he had exited. But once again, an Iron Man story. He did his job. As we know, he's bringing his hard hat. He's bringing his lunch pail. He's going to work. As a matter of fact, I think he pretty much had Derek Lively, the center from the Mavericks, the rookie. He was frustrating him. But some of these people, I don't think they understand, especially when they play him like for the first or second time, or how strong Domantas is. Okay, he plays with a lot of physicality himself. Okay, and he don't be messing around. All right, he knows when you're weak. So you better go in that weight room or something like that and get it all worked out. Anyway, Domantas Sabonis. Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray had to hold Luka Dončić, okay? And to start here, we all know last night in Atlanta, Luka scored 73 points. 73 points. 73 points in Atlanta, Georgia, on the Atlanta Hawks. Okay, I think they won the game, 148 to 143, so it was a high-scoring affair. Okay, but you would wonder how Luka was going to respond on the second night, on the back end of a back-to-back, okay, coming in. And as usual, Mike Brown and his coaching staff, okay, they put him, Keegan Murray, on the opposing team best player. And tonight, that happened to be Luka. Now, can't nobody stop Luka. Well, we all know, he had a triple-double tonight. I'll run off his stat line here in a few seconds, okay? No, but no one can stop this guy, okay? All right, but in that first half, Keegan Murray let him know, I'm going to be right there with you, fella. I may not can stop you, but I'm going to try my best to contain you. And that's exactly what you did, exactly what he did. Okay, Keegan had 3 blocks. I think they were all in the first half, and I think all 3 of them was on Luka, okay? Matter of fact, Keegan got 1 block on Luka. Luka got so frustrated that he got a technical foul. Matter of fact, the Mavericks had 4 technical fouls. Okay, that one on Luka, and they had a couple delay of games, and then there was another one. I think something happened with one of the bench players on the Dallas Mavericks, and then the officials, the referee, called a technical foul on that. They had 4 fouls and 4 technical fouls called on the game, but Luka had 1 because you got this young man who's his 2nd year in the league out of Iowa, the University of Iowa. I can't say that, but he was a fly on this guy all night. Okay, Luka still got, I'm not going to say it was fatigue on Luka's end, because Luka played, he played 46 minutes tonight. Okay, so you really had to work hard to try to get that win, but they just didn't have it. Okay, as far as Keegan, what he's been doing, because he's defending people like Stephen Curry, and he's going to defend the best player on the opposing team. And that's the way Mike Brown and his coaching staff has it set up, and it should continue that way. because he has stepped up to the plate and he is hitting home runs after home runs, okay? He's not stopping everybody every night, but he's slowing them down. And I think that's all that they asking for him. Coach Mike Brown and this coaching staff, that's all they asking for Keegan. And he is a two-way player, no doubt about that. And as we all know, which is well documented too, you know, with him playing against De'Aaron Fox, you know, last summer, okay, has helped him out tremendously. Okay, I'm talking about Keegan Murray. I think he had some time playing against Malik Monk too. I think Malik had mentioned that too. So he's been playing around some really good, proven professionals that has helped him prove his game. Okay, on the offensive end, Keegan had 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 for 13 shooting from the field. He only made 1 3-pointer. Okay, he was 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Once again, 3 blocks. He did all this in 39 minutes. But what's significant about that 3-pointer that he hit, that's 300 for his career. And he's one of the fastest players in the league, I believe, to reach that level, that mark, in such a short amount of time. We're only into a season and a half, to tell you the truth, okay? So who knows? You know, you might wind up with 75 more, 100 more trades. Two-way player, okay? Two-way player. Keegan Murray. Yep. And this is the guy I call the Hawkeye of the gold and black, because that's the color of the University of Iowa. Hawkeye of the gold and black. Yep. Call him Threegan, King Murray, whatever you want. He's Keegan Murray. And he's doing really exceptional well. Malik Monk, okay. Malik had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists in 19 minutes, 2 for 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3-point line, 3 beyond the arc, and he only made 5 of 7 free throws, but those 2 at the end. Woo, boy. Okay, Malik, when did you miss those free throws? It was toward the end. I think it was probably, well, he missed 2 free throws that he should have hit, okay? Should have made, you know, to extend the lead. We all know this is not a Malik Monk type of thing to be missing free throws like that. He missed 2, okay? So like I said, luckily later, you know, to seal the victory, to seal the deal, Harrison Barnes made 2, because he's an 80% free throw 80% free throw shooter himself. So thank goodness he knocked them down, because towards the end of the game, Dallas was making a run. Okay, so yeah, all right. So not much. Oh yeah, JaVale McGee, 6 points, 2 rebounds and 1 block. And I would like to say that he got out on the floor because Mike thought he was going to use him for the Golden State game, but he never did. And he did jokingly mention that after the game on Thursday. So I would just take it that, and I'm not making any speculation and nothing like that, that, you know, he would just, you know, making do that he wanted, making it right that he wanted JaVale to play in this game, especially since JaVale had played in Dallas last season, okay, before joining the Kings this season. So 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. He was effective, no doubt about that. He had like a little scoop layup in there. You know what I mean? Sometimes Mr. JaVale McGee, he surprised me at some of his offensive moves. Davion Mitchell and Kessler Edwards and, of course, Trey Lyles, they were the other reserves that played tonight. The Kings were 43 for 80 shooting from the field, 53%, 11 for 30 behind the arc, 3-point territory, 36%. And once again, 23 for 30 at the free throw line. So if you take those 2 off there, it would have been like 23 for 28 if Monk doesn't miss these free throws. Okay, so they were 76% shooting from the free throw line. So, hey, you know, free throws are part of the game. Okay, I don't know. I'll be hearing a whole bunch of crazy stuff about these things, but I know the the fans, the Sacramento fans, everybody across the NBA know, yes, they are free shots, okay? They are free shots. I was listening to Henry Turner and Mike Marsh on the radio show today, and Henry was talking about, the thing about pressure, pipes burst, okay? So there's a lot of pressure on that sometimes, when you're standing at that free throw line by yourself, taking a shot. I understand that, clearly. I understand that, okay? But they are free shots, okay? And they do make a factor in the game. And I don't care how it's done, how it's put, okay? And I'm pretty sure that when Dr. James Naismith invented this game, I think he had something like 13 rules, okay, or 13 guidelines, to play this game. And free throws became part of that. Matter of fact, I think Dr. Naismith, when he invented this game, okay, now remember, he's Canadian, but when he came down here to the United States, that's when he invented the game, okay? He wanted to make it an indoor sport, all right? Then he, put up a peach basket, and they were playing in a gymnasium and blah, blah, the rest is history, okay? Then he came up with these like 13 rules of the game, okay? I think the free throws probably were instituted maybe 1 or 2, 3 years after the game was invented by him, but they were put in there for a reason, okay? Because back at this time when you first start the game, you could only get 3 fouls. In the NBA, you get 6 fouls, okay? In college, you get 5 fouls, okay? Those are penalties, all right? You foul somebody, especially for a shooting situation, you put them on the free throw line. You have an opportunity to get a free shot, okay? So amongst all the stuff that you have in here, with the field goal percentage, 3-point shooting, which 3-point shot was started in the ABA, the American Basketball Association. That's where the 3-point shot came from. And then when that league folded, okay, they put the 3-point shot in the NBA. I think probably 1977. That's when the 3-point shot came in there. But anyway, so you got field goal percentage, you shoot 3-pointers, okay, you get technical fouls. That's another penalty, okay. Then, of course, with the steals and the blocks and the assists and all of this matters because you're trying to win the game. And the way I see it, if the free throws didn't matter, what the hell is it doing in the in the game of basketball, okay? One of the most popular sports in the world, okay? I think there's about 300 million people around the world that play this game, okay? And free throws is a part of the game. Don't tell me that they don't make a difference in the game. We have seen this from time to time that's been going on with the Sacramento Kings, okay? De'Aaron Fox even talked about it after the Golden State Warriors game, okay? Sometimes we shooting in the 60%, we're shooting 50%, and sometimes, those things make a difference. Yes, they made a difference. They certainly made a difference the other night, despite that Kevin Herter missed a couple of free throws, okay? But they had enough just to put them over, okay? And a lot of other things that's going on because the Kings defense was, they played really, really well against Golden State on the defensive end. But my point is, if Dr. Naismith came up with this fabulous game, okay, that everybody's playing today, okay, all right, a sport that was first entered professionally in the Olympics probably in 1932 or 1936, okay, up until now. Okay, the NBA started in 1947. Okay, the ABA started 1960s. College basketball, women, the whole thing, and you got free throws. They're there for a reason. Okay, and they do help win games. Anyway, we get on back here to just ran a little bit about that. Don't want to take it too far. Luka Dončić had 28 points, 10 rebounds, 17 assists. So he had a triple-double tonight against the Kings. Okay. The problem was he was 9 for 26 shooting from the field. He missed like his first 8 shots behind the arc. He made 1, so he was 1 for 9, on the night. 9 for 12 for free throws. 2 assists, 1 block. He really had a good game. Even I don't even like to use the word even. He really had a good game following up on the game that he had last night when he scored 73 points. It's been crazy in the league this week. He scored 73 points. Joel Embiid scored 70 points. Booker had 62 points. Somebody else did. Karl Anthony Towns, he had 62 points. Hey, everybody chasing after the elusive 100 points by Wilt Chamberlain. Or the 81 points that Kobe did back in 2006. I think it was January 2006. We had 81 points in New York. Anyway, Luka, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 17 assists, and 46 minutes. So, yes, he had to log a lot of minutes. Grant Williams, who used to play with the Celtics last season, and now he's a Maverick. 27 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block in 38 minutes. Okay, and he did exceptionally well too. He made some 3-pointers down there that kept them in the game. Tim Hardaway Jr., 19 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 35 minutes. Did that off the bench. Okay, the Kings, they held them down on the shooting end. The Mavericks were 43 for 98 shooting from the floor, 16 for 46 in 3-point territory, and they were 13 for 18 on the free throw line. So that was the Mavs night. So the Kings, the Kings improved to 26. I'm sorry. Yeah, 26. Yeah. Kings improved to 26-18 on the season. They are 12-10 on the road, and they have won. They're 9-8 in Western Conference contests. So they're 9-8. They were 8-8 going into this game against Western Conference teams. So now they one game over 500. The Mavericks, they fall to 25-21, and they are 13-12 now at American Airlines in Dallas, Texas. Okay. Yeah. So the Kings will be headed out to Memphis. This is a great game. I mean, Mavericks, they started off 8-0 on the Kings. Kings came back, and took the lead. They was flip-flopping there for a little bit. I think De'Aaron Fox's first 3 baskets was in the paint. So where his mind was at. He was going to be attacking the paint, which he did for most of the night. So his first 3 baskets in the paint, to start off the game was definitely an indicator of how he was going to proceed for 48 minutes. And that was Fox. Okay, so their biggest lead was at halftime. Let's see what they do here. Okay. Yeah, they were up 49. Yes, 63-47 at the half. They had built up a 20-point lead. Yes, they built up a 20-point lead in the third quarter. The Mavericks came back and cut it to 8. Then the Kings, they shot off again, and then they went on a 21-2 run. Then they were up 86-64. Okay, and I think that's probably about the closest that the Mavericks got from there. So they made their runs. They were making their runs, all through the fourth quarter, the Mavs that is. But I'll say it again. The Kings were playing to win that game. They were not playing to lose. Okay? And that's just so important. That's just so important because basically that's what happened in Phoenix. Y'all about 22 points. Then later on, you're playing not to lose. You're not playing to win, and you end up losing that game in the last 8 minutes. So, and then come back and you got Indiana. Oh, okay, all right. Okay. Well, anyway, going back on it, going back there. But the Kings withstood, a couple runs staged by the Mavericks, to pull that out. So, Keegan, You know, his defense, I mean, he was getting blocks, he was getting deflections. Okay, he was tying up Luke under the basket. Without that performance, it could have been a lot different. You know, Luka could have easily probably had 40 points if it wasn't for containment by Keegan Murray. So, and once again, I did mention too, yeah, the Mavericks, they had 4 technical fouls in the game. I don't really see that many technical fouls called into the game like that. I mean, we do know that Luka, you know, he likes to talk and bark at the referees a lot. But some of this other stuff, you know, with the game delays, I think Seth Curry, after he had got a basket, he kind of like pushed the ball. After the basket went through the hoop, he pushed the ball out to the crowd. Then they got called for a technical. And then four technical fouls. I mean, that clearly tells me that the Mavericks was pretty much frustrated for the night. So, all in all, we have to give it up to Mike Brown and his staff. Okay, they are probably on the plane right now, and they are headed to Memphis, Tennessee. They are headed back to the Mid-South. Remember, I think that was New Year's Eve, I want to say, that they played Memphis. Now they're headed back to the Mid-South. I'm sure Malik Monk is going to see some of his people. He's from Arkansas, you know, which is the bordering state to Tennessee, on the other side of the Mississippi River. So, but anyway, I'll be back for another digital commentary on the cutting room floor, presented by Publicity Agents. Once again, I am your host, Tony Harvey. Thank you for listening in again. I will talk to you again Monday. And Kings fans, hey, hopefully they get back in that, your team can get back in that groove and climb back up into the status of 5th or 6th or the 4th spot in the Western Conference. I know they are behind Minnesota, Oklahoma City, and I want to say the Denver Nuggets and the LA Clips. The LA Clips. And the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay, I think there's a lot of mumbo jumbo still going on up in there, but hey, we'll see. Still a lot of basketball to go. But once again, thank you for tuning in. I will talk to you again after Monday's game. Love, peace, solidarity. I'm out.